Hey guys, it's Amy at Zoe Beck, and I'm going to do my weekly reading update for June 30th, 2019. So, I've had a nice 3-day weekend for me. I was getting kind of stressed out at work, and a couple weeks ago I figured out that with all the vacations coming up around the holiday, our 4th of July holiday here in the US, that I would not, I would be on, like working overtime for most of those days. And I was just like, I need a day in there that at least I get off. So I took this Friday for no reason. And usually I'm one of those vacation people who usually has a plan and I'm going to go somewhere or do something. And I was just like, I'm just going to do stuff at home, which I did. So I got my library put together. All those stacks of books I've been sitting on the floor since April when I went to the library book sales, and then through May with all my books from those purchases, and then now I got everything back on the shelf. I have a few gaps. I took 40 books in to try to sell. Didn't sell very many of them. They're kind of not taking a lot of books right now at Powell's, poor thing. Anyway, it's kind of sad, but I will donate all those to my library, plus another box of books that I have from the last time I took stuff to Powell's that I didn't take to the library for donation. So it'll all work out. Anyway, so I did a lot of stuff around the house, and then Saturday I had to, I was on grandma duty. I had to take my 95-year-old grandmother to get her hair done and go shopping for her at Fred Meyer's, and then I had lunch with her and my 101-year-old grandfather. So, I Saturday was more for them, and then I did some errands and then came home and did nothing. So it's been kind of relaxing. So today I'm hoping to get some filming done. I mean, I've done a video on my days off too, so that's pretty good. I'm doing stuff. I did a triad chapter for the paranormal romances. Okay, you know what? Okay, if you guys saw that video of that triad chapter, I said I had like over 40 urban fantasy paranormal romance first books in series. Yeah, I counted them yesterday. I actually started with 65 when I did the ones in January. Is that right? Yeah, so 65 in January. So 5 of those I did in January, and then I did another 5 this week. So I still have 55 titles to try. Yeah, I'm going to be doing a lot of triad chapter tags for a while, just so you know, because I need to figure out how I'm going to read these series. Now, again, I might like them all, it doesn't help, but at least hopefully it'll get me back into reading them anyway, and hopefully getting rid of some of them. I don't know. Anyway, okay, I've rambled way too much. So let's talk about the books that I read this week, stuff I'm in the middle of, and what I think I'm going to read into the next week. So the only book novel that I actually finished was my reread of Vision in Silver by Anne Bishop. This is book 3 in the other series. I, of course, love this series, and I'm already rereading it again. I only read this book back in March, so I'm already rereading them. So it's the middle book. It's a really good addition to it. It's not, I mean, again, it's not not the worst of the series, but it's not one of my favorites, but it is still, I love the growth of all the characters and the things that are happening and the way she weaves stuff. Because again, this is an urban fantasy alternate history where North America is mostly wild country and mostly is ruled by the others, which are, shifters. And then humans are kind of leasing area, they're renting kind of areas along the coastline mostly, and then a few places throughout the mainland, but those things are threatened with humans deciding that they want more. I really enjoy this series. As I said, I love it because it's a big cast of characters. The main characters, Simon and Meg, are some of my favorite characters. I mean, they were my favorite characters of this year. If you saw my mid-year check-in or your freak out tag. Anyway, I really enjoyed this. Again, as I said, I read it really slow because work was really busy because I knew I was taking Friday off. So I was a lot of overtime that I don't get overtime because I had a vacation day in there. So it's just straight time, whatever. And my coworker was off at training. So when he's off, that's why I'm going to have so much time working so much over the 4th of July, because he's off for a week. So that won't be fun. The only other thing I finished is was, what do you call it? It's called, my brain just went dead. It's a short story. Well, not short story. Novella. It's like 60 pages. It's not very long. So I read The Cajun's Captive by Selena Blake. This is the first in the Stormy Weather werewolf series. I read these a really long time ago, but I've been thinking about them again, and so there's like 5 books in the series, I think it's 5. Anyway, so this is the first one, and they're really short, and they're not, I don't think they're fully developed. I think they're very much in the time when this was written is when ebooks was really taking off, and people were just churning out stories, and they're mostly novellas. They're I think all these are like 60 to 120 pages at the most for each of the short or the novellas. So I still am going to probably read these just because I want to get back into them. They're just, I mean, they're erotic werewolves. You gotta switch it up every once in a while. So anyway, so technically this is a reread, but I didn't remember any of it, so I counted the pages because, like I said, it's been, I think it's been 8 years since I read these, 8 or 9 years. So anyway, I'll probably go on to the next one. Oh, my cats are making little noises in the back. I don't know if you can hear them. They're obviously fighting. So anyway, so I read that yesterday, so I really haven't read a whole lot this week. I have been listening in my car to Underground, the Tokyo Gas Attack and the Japanese Psyche by Haruki Murakami. This is translated from the Japanese by Alfred Brinbaum and Philip Gabriel. So again, this is one of my oldest books on my shelves unread. This is my little mark of where I stopped the first time I read it. And again, I read it physically. And this is really good on audio because even though technically I should have been fine reading this physically now because I've read Slavanja Alekovic's, her way of her doing the same kind of interview style. He does it, I mean, it's slightly different. And then he has some of himself more planted in here than she does in her books. But I really like the way this is giving eyewitness accounts of what happened during the attack, and how the effects that they have later on. And because this was written mostly in the year to 2 years after it had happened. And it is very heartbreaking in some ways because of some people were really really hurt and had after effects still 2 years later, and I'm sure even now they probably do. And then because of the sarin gas, and also again, there's talking about some of the families who lost people who had died. I knew it was going to be hard hitting because of the subject matter, but he does do a good job. I mean, again, I do like him as an author. He's very hit and miss for me. There's some books that I just adore, and there are books that I hate from him. So it just, but I still always buy his books or always get them and read them. So anyway, I'm really enjoying this. The audiobook is fantastic because it changes voices when a different person is giving their eyewitness account. So I would totally recommend the audiobook if you guys want to read this. The book's good too, but I'm getting along really well with the audio. So as I said, I'm about 3/4 of the way through. Yeah, so I'm hoping to finish up in the next couple days. I have made a little progress on Barchester Towers by Anthony Trollope. This week, as I said, I didn't really pick it up much. I did get to 104, so out of like 590 pages. So this is going to take me a while. I don't think it's one I'm going to pick up or read straight, like every day pick it up. I don't, for some reason, it has to be another one of those ones where I feel like I have to concentrate a little bit more. And I think it's just the writing style. His way of telling stories is different for me. And it definitely is an old style to me, where the narrator is very present. You don't know who the narrator is. Like he's just there, but he's giving his opinions and what he thinks and stuff. And it's just, sometimes that is not, it doesn't always work for me, but it's still really good. So I just have to be able to sit down and read it. And I think it's one of those ones I just have to concentrate a little bit more. So I am going to keep continuing reading this. This might take me all month because I might be slipping, dipping in and out of it when I feel like it. Ooh, oh, I just knocked the camera over. Whoops. And then so I don't know, I know what okay. So now we're going to go into what I think I'm going to read in the next week. So let's just be honest. And I think and again, I'm reading some of these romance ones for summer romance book bingo, done by Sarah at Steepton Books. She did tell me that I can add any books that match the prompts, which is great. I'll go back and add more books, obviously. But I am trying to read more of my romance stuff. So I'm probably going to pick up book 2 of the Stormy Weather series by Selena Blake, just because they're short. I think it's another 60-page one. And then I just want to reread these. As I said, it's been 8 years or so since I read them, and around that for at least the older ones. And I really do want to reread. I've been thinking about them for some reason, these vampire stories, because I have vague inklings of remembrance of reading them. So I'll probably read at least a couple more of those this week. And I didn't bring it over here, so we'll just tell. Sorry. So I'll be putting up my July TBR probably later today or tomorrow. I am participating in Jane Austen July, so I will have some books about that. I have no idea what I'm going to pick up next, though, because, I don't know. It could be anything right now. I'm in a weird mood today, so I might be just reading all those Selena Blake books and just binging on, sexy werewolves. And, I have that. And then there are so many cool readathons going on this month, and I cannot participate in all of them. I had already decided to do Jane Austen in July because I had quite a few books that I want to get to, and so you'll see that in my TBR. And I only chose one of the other readathons, even though I really wanted to join a few others. But I'm going to try to read The Hunchback of Notre Dame by Victor Hugo. Mara at Books Like Woe is putting on a read-along, I think starting June 3rd to the 14th of reading that book. And I've never read Victor Hugo. I've had Les Mis on my shelf since like 2000, 2001. I don't know, or 2003. It was something like that. It's on the list of, a short list of those really old books that I still own that I haven't read. So I would like to read that too, but Hunchback of Notre Dame is a lot shorter. So I decided to go along with that read along. So, but I like French literature, and I'm trying to read more of it and to get different ones. So I don't know what else. I am tempted to pick back up the Calculating Stars either when I finish the Underground audiobook and return to the audiobook for this, or just physically read this. I have not decided. I really want to finish this book. I just got so emotionally attached to these characters that it's hard for me to read and hear about things that are going wrong, and that happens in every story. But like, I don't want them to be hurt. I already feel so much for them. They've been through so much already. So and then this is reimagining of the 1950s of a meteor hit off of the East Coast and wiped out Washington and everything along the coast. And it's the space race is now to get people off the planet because before the planet, I think it's supposed to be that it's gonna heat up. I think it's the heat up. It cools down first and then it'll heat up later. I think that's how it goes. I don't remember. It's been a month. Probably a month and a half since I picked this up. So I really want to finish it. And I know there's a second book, and she keeps winning awards. I think she just won the Locus Award for this, for Best Science Fiction Novel. And did she win the Hugo, the Nebula earlier? Must have been the Nebula. And so I'm just like, it's fantastic. Why have a block? Anyway, but I want to get this, so either I'll go back to the audio after Underground, or I will pick it up physically. I really just want to knock this out. because it's so good. I don't know why I'm not reading it. Do you guys do that? I guess I'm just so emotionally attached to these characters. I'm afraid to read what's going to happen in the last 200 pages. I've read 200 pages. So much stuff has happened and there's just more going to happen. Anyway, I don't know. So that is my update for now. I don't know what else I'll pick up. I am very much doing mood reading right now. Even though I keep trying to plan my stuff, I'm just not. It's not. I've been really stressed out at work, and so it was really nice to have this 3-day weekend. I'll be able to make it my 3 days, do 4th of July, get off, and then just work Friday, and then have a weekend off. And then, the next week will be bad too, because my coworker will still be off, but we'll see how it goes. I might have to take another day, because I have a few spare ones this year, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm hoping to make it through. So, what are you guys reading? Are you guys reading anything really good? Let me know. And if you've read anything, let me know. Or if you're interested, let me know. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye.